Yes, the quotes that you used at the beginning of each section of the book were quite important and so appropriate. And I wondered how you selected those, or how did you even come across these, or how did you come up with ones that fit so appropriately and expertly into the ideas that you were trying to get across?
Just before Julie was asking about what I read before, maybe I did not answer that in a lot of detail because I mentioned Barthes, but I was reading a lot, and I mentioned I read some memoirs, but I was also I wasn't just reading books about the subject. I was also looking for the subject in other books, in poetry, in novels, whatever that I was reading or coming up or thinking about it. So I wasn't just like reading other nonfiction books about the subject. And I did that for a very long time, and while I was doing the research, and so I just kept a library of books and quotes, and some of those quotes were with me as I was writing. So I always do this when I'm writing. Usually I have a few sentences that are important to me and that they kind of pinpoint me to what I want to say. And I have it often in my desktop, these sticky notes or whatever it's called that you have on Mac, like sticky notes that look like post-its, but it's in our desktop. And I put these post-its with those sentences, and often those sentences become the epigraphs. For example, my latest book has a quote from Middlemarch, and this was a quote that was on my desktop for a very long time. And when I was writing this book, I actually realized that it was a lot about what that quote was telling me, and I felt was telling me, it was something that had been in my mind for a very long time, and it was just here, and I just grabbed it for the epigraph.